Hello, my name is Leo and welcome to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. It is now the 14th of Earthfire and we're still riding our horse. I think this is the longest that we've actually taken to get to a new town. Have I ever gone anywhere that's been more than 3 days? Normally it's just 2 days. 2 days or 1 day. I might have gone somewhere that was 3 days? I'm not sure. Was the difference between Port New View and whatever the one after Port New View was that 3 days? I'm not sure, but all I know is this is a lot of days. So an awful lot of me talking about stuff that I want to talk about. Today I want to talk about um, that anime. Attack on Titan, that's the one. Or, I'm trying to think of the Japanese name. Shinjeki no Kyojin. So I finished watching I've been on a bit of a TV watching frenzy, and I've been just digesting this anime because it's really good. And I've told this already, but if you haven't seen any of the Attack on Titan animes, you need to go out there and you need to watch them. At least watch the first episode that you can watch for free on YouTube, because the first episode is, well, the first episode's pretty darn good. It starts off pretty intense, then it goes to being really slow, then it goes back to being, oh my god, this is fucking intense. It's insane. It's an insane anime. So I've watched up to episode 22, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything. What I will recommend you do, though, is don't do what I did, and I didn't want to go onto any wikis or anything like that until I'd watched all the episodes, which is good because I didn't want anything to be spoiled. The same thing with Game of Thrones. I didn't want to get things spoiled by like looking on the wiki and finding out things that have happened before they've happened on the show or before I've actually watched them. So here's my advice to you. Even after you've watched episode 22 or whatever the most recent episode is, still don't go to the wiki, because the wiki, or at least the one I was using, the manga that the anime is actually based on is actually a bit more further ahead in the story. So the wiki talks about stuff that happens in the manga, and I've just pretty much spoiled a whole bunch of like things that I know were going to be like huge, what's the word? Huge, that word when things just get dropped on you. Not cliffhangers. Oh my god. Totally. You know what I mean. They basically I've just spoiled a whole bunch of stuff. Which I guess I can still enjoy the anime, and I certainly still will. But the impact of those things would have been so much more awesomer if I hadn't known about them before it happened. So don't go on the wiki unless you're reading the manga. I don't have time to read manga, so I'm not going to. Just like Game of Thrones, I don't have time to read the books as much as I would like to. I have a life and I have many things to do. But yeah, if like I said before, if you haven't seen this anime, you need to go see it now. Today, I've actually been playing 2 different games based on Attack on Titan that are both Flash games. One of them is a really simple yet fun, like 2D game, and the other one is like a really cool 3D, like Spider-Man type of game. Because when you think about it, for those of you who don't know, you know, for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to spoil it to you. Go out and watch Attack on Titan. For those of you who do know, you would know that my idea of a Attack on Titan game would basically be Spider-Man with, like, a Spider-Man gameplay with the Attack on Titan theme and characters and story and stuff. Because when you think about the things that they wear, the things that they use to run around in, the 3D, I don't even know the name of the things that they use, but they're basically Spider-Man things. They're basically Spider-Man ziplines. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, go and watch Attack on Titan. Anyway, so so the first game, I'll put links in the description if you want to play these games, because they're pretty fun. Even if you don't know anything about Attack on Titan, even if you have no interest in playing, like, watching the animes, they're still pretty fun games. Although you might not quite understand why you're doing what you're doing unless you've seen enough of the anime to know why the characters are doing it. Anyway, so the first game's really simple. It's one of those games where you try to go as far as you can. Basically, you got your character, he automatically runs, and you click the screen to like throw your little grapple hook, and you fling yourself forward. You've got a limited amount of gas, which replenishes when you're running on the ground, and every about 200 meters or so, a Titan appears, and they don't move or anything, but if you touch them, you lose health. You've got like 3 hearts, so you've got to like use your maneuver gear, whatever they're called, to fling yourself over the Titans. You can actually kill the Titan if you fling yourself into the nape of their neck, which I've done it a couple of times, but it's really hard to do. But you can do it. There's also a pickup that you can get, which gives you 10 seconds of unlimited gas, but I think that's really, unless you're like completely run out of gas and you need gas right now, which basically it'll just replenish it straight away. The fact that it gives it unlimited for 10 seconds, it's kind of like the unlimited Musu pickup in Dynasty Warriors games, although that's slightly better because it lets you like Musu a whole bunch. This, I mean, if you think of the Dynasty Warriors games, let's say you got no Musu, you picked it up, great, I got full Musu now. Like, that's, but not the fact that you can do Musus for like unlimited for 10 seconds. You don't get that, you just get max Musu. That's really all it is. So it's not that great. The other thing you do need to be careful is if you fling yourself too high into the air, as you're falling down, you lean forward, and if you land like on your face, you also lose a bit of health. But it's a fun game. I sort of found a sweet spot in the game where I think I could potentially just go on forever, unless it gets more and more difficult. But it got a little bit difficult, but it wasn't really that hard. Alright, on to the next game. So the next game is more of what I was talking about, more of a Spider-Man type game. It's in beta, so they're making it on the Unity engine, which is pretty good. It's still got a lot of ways to go, but it's a good game considering it's they're still working on it. There's 3 characters you can play as: Levi, Makisa, which why wouldn't you play as Makisa? She's friggin' awesome. Or Element, why would you want to play as him? I don't know. And it's little 3D environment. It's the map itself is about the size of one of the little walled cities, like Trost, or I don't remember the name of the first town. That stuff happens during the first episode. I'm really trying not to spoil it. And then there's those little buildings. The beta version, which is like I think map 1, the buildings are really dumb. But in like map 2, the buildings like look a lot more like they do in the actual anime. They got like red roofs and they're about the right size. And you basically just fling yourself around, try to get on the back of the neck and cut the neck, and kill the Titans. Each character has a when you first start, it's really tricky, like flying around, like you end up getting stuck a lot, which is okay because when you think about it, if you were really using this 3D maneuver gear, you would be doing the same thing. You would have to train a lot to actually get good at this. Also, your swords breaking, you have to like replace them like they do in the anime, which is pretty cool. But what was I going to say? Oh god, I keep forgetting what I was going to say. Oh yeah, but all 3 characters, they've each got like a special attack, which is like right click, left click's just your normal attack, and like Makisa does the 2 swords down slash, which is okay. And although I like using Makisa, I have to admit Levi's attack is much better. He does this cool little twirly thing, which does so much. Like, it's so useful. Although it's a bit weird, because when he clicks it, he also, releases one of his grappling hooks, uses one of his grappling hooks. So then you literally have to right mouse click on the nape of the neck while you've got it targeted, so that he will go forward and do that slash. And then Alaman's, I don't even know what Alaman's special move is. He sort of, like, sometimes I've done it and he's sort of like done a little like a left sway, but other times he just stands there and does nothing. I don't understand what his move is. Basically, Alaman's a punk and you shouldn't use him. So, end of discussion. But Makisa all the way, she's awesome. Um, what else? Oh, yeah, so the game, there's a few different ways that you can actually, like, a few different control schemes that you can switch up. You can also salute why you would want to. Um, it's basically a taunt. I don't know why you would want to salute, since the world you're in is filled with nothing but titans, and there aren't any other human characters. Or actually, I think it's because they want to implement a multiplayer, uh, like section. I think there's a LAN multiplayer section right now, and so I guess so you can salute the other player, I guess. But I mean, actually, that's what I should play this LAN. I don't even know what to play it with though. But that would probably be really fun actually playing that multiplayer. It's a pretty good game. So yeah, I put the links in the description. So check those games out. I think I talked all I can talk about Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan. Like I said, go watch it because it's a really good anime. I'm gonna go and watch some more Game of Thrones now. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.